Hey guys, Sheena Quick here with Quick Out the Blocks. After a bye week, the Carolina Panthers were back here in beautiful Bank of America Stadium to host the New York Giants. And what we thought was going to be a kind of a pull-away victory for the Panthers early on in the game, had a couple quick scores off of turnovers from the Giants, ended up being a thriller where it went down to literally the last second. Eli Manning threw for 326 yards. Although he threw the 2 interceptions, he did have his team in prime position to come away from Charlotte with the win, driving 75 yards down the field in a minute and 8 seconds, leaving, ironically, a minute and 8 seconds for the Panthers to come up with an answer, which they did in the form of a 63-yard Graham Gano field goal. It's the longest of his career so far and also a franchise record. While Cam Newton struggled a little bit today, he also threw 2 interceptions. We did see a monster truck stick block from the big guy, which I'm pretty sure the critics are going to start to argue that's why he doesn't get the roughing the passer or targeting calls that some of the other quarterbacks have been getting this season, which is a whole nother game in itself. We'll discuss that later on this week. Also, OBJ and Christian McCaffrey, 2 players that have had pretty productive seasons so far, but had not made it into the end zone, were finally able to, score their first touchdowns of the season today. So, guys, it's been a thriller. 33-31, Panthers over the Giants. Of course, guys, the big storyline of the day was Eric Reid. Will he kneel or will he not? After signing with the Panthers during their bye week, Eric Reid did crack the starting lineup today in the deep safety position, but prior to the game, of course, during the national anthem, all eyes were on the sideline as he continued his protests against systematic oppression, police brutality, and racism by taking a knee during the national anthem. We asked Cam Newton and a couple of other teammates if he had discussed his plans to kneel prior to this game. Everyone pretty much said he hadn't discussed it. They stand by whatever he is doing as a teammate, but they want to focus on him as a football player. And while he did have, the heavy legs, it's kind of to be expected. He's been out for a while. He played a solid game for this to be his first game in since last season, basically. And he came away with 3 solo tackles, and Ron Rivera was adamant that he will continue to grow, condition, and bring Eric Reid along till he's back in game shape, which should be in no time. With this win, Carolina moves to 3-1 and travels to DC next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Of course, I like to get you guys' feedbacks, any of your comments, concerns, questions, things that I should do a little differently. Leave them in the comments, and I'll see you guys next week.